morning. Late morning, I reckon. 10:45 local time, Pacific time that'll be. We are in arid zona, which doesn't look too arid at the moment. We've been getting some rain from the monsoons. Everything's all green, all pretty. We are Highway 80 going from Benson, Arizona to Douglas, Arizona. Literally right on the border of Mexico where we're picking up. And take it back to California. We are headed into Tombstone, Arizona. Old western town. Wyatt Earp and all them good old boys from back in the day. Got a chip in the window. I don't know if you can see it. It's more of a little crack right there. Got smacked by a rock the other day. Today is Monday, August 8th. We drove in from Grand Junction yesterday, drove to Tucson. Light trailer, so we had about 32 or 34 minutes left out of our 11-hour drive time, available drive time. So basically from Grand Junction to Tucson is about 11 and a half hours, or 10 and a half, sorry, with a light trailer and a semi-truck. So we did a 34 at the house in Junction. I kind of needed to babysit my granddaughter because my daughter and son-in-law went to Salt Lake City for a concert, MGK. I asked her, I go, who are you going to see? She goes, MGK. And I'm like, never heard of him. Machine Gun Kelly, I guess, is who it is. Anyway, they had a good time, but the paternal grandparents could have watched her, but the maternal grandparent said I do. And I'll always jump at the chance to hang out with my granddaughter Mila because she's just a bundle of happenings, enjoyment. I sort of got mad at her because the issue with the dog. I wasn't quite talking to her for a little bit. Then she asked me, are you happy, Papa, yet? I'm like, no, I'm still mad. She says, well, you should be happy. Yeah, I like go down a bit and I'm like, and she asked me again, are you happy now, Papa? I go, yeah, I'm happy, I'm sorry. She's at that age where she wants to argue. But it was no big deal. Anyway, so a while back I bought a drum set, a Yamaha DT Extreme 2S. It's actually a lot of fun, and I have a Bose PA system, and I was trying to figure out how to hook up the cell phone to the PA system because it did not have an internal Bluetooth. There's no way to connect it. So I found where did I find it? I think it was at AutoZone, believe it or not. A Bluetooth receiver. Just a little square, like 1.5 by 1.5 inch. Probably about 3/8 of an inch thick, maybe 1/4 inch. With a 3.5 millimeter cord, about 3 inches long. And that's it. And I was like, oh, I could connect to Bluetooth and then plug this in. I should have a 3.5 millimeter jack on the Bose PA system, and I go there and look, and there was not one. So I was kind of bumming. I'm like, well, now I need to get a 3.5 millimeter to 1/4 inch adapter, which they actually make, and I found. So I'm like, bingo, plug it into the PA system, and it was working, and I was like, hallelujah. But I listened to it for a few seconds and a minute, and I'm like, this doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound good at all. Definitely doesn't sound like a Bose system, and there was no drums, and then there was like half of the channel, half and half, and it was mixed. It just was not working at all. And yeah, I was using stereo inputs, in other words, 2 black lines, 1, 2, 3 metal connectors, which gives you left and right, and the ground, I think, or I'm not sure what the other one is, but anyway, I got online, I started doing some research, and they have a tone match. Bose makes a tone match mixer that would have that, and you could plug into that. So I'm like, oh, do I have to plug into this to go to that? So I went to a few music stores in Junction, and nobody knew anything. Literally, nobody knew anything about how I could go about doing that. So I was kind of frustrated, and I came back to the house and was thinking about having to go buy a big old mixer. That's a nice old car. Anyway, there was a 1/4 inch input into the Bose power unit of the electronic drum set. Plugged it in, voila, I had music. And it completely, it had everything, the bass, the sound, and everything. I mean, literally, it was like you're like at a concert, especially playing it through that Bose PA system. The Bose PA system is a model, is it a L1 1S, something like that? Anyway, to my surprise, as I was listening to tunes, I was sitting there on the drum kit, and I hit a drum head, and it sounded just like I was in the band. So I got something cool out of it. I was able to play the drums. This is a nice old building, City Hall. Play the drums while the phone was connected Bluetooth to the PA system. Where's the old town? It's to the right of us. Pretty neat. The OK Corral's around here somewhere. So anyway, I was able to play drums while listening to a song in the PA system, and it basically sounds like I was in the band. If you mess up, then you hear it just as well. That was an excellent Easter egg surprise, I guess. So anyway, we solved the problem. All we had to do was find the right input, plugged it in the power head of the electronic drum kit, and voila. So I got playing around with that, and I got Mila to playing, and she, the reason I bought an electronic kit was so that the grandkids could play on the drum set. On my acoustic set, it's one volume, just loud. At least with the electronic, I can tune it, turn it down. They can put headphones on, and they can play all they want, and it won't bother anybody else. That's the reason I bought it. But now, that you can play any song you want via your cell phone, connected Bluetooth to the PA system. Now you can play these songs, and then you can play along with it, and it comes right through the PA like you're part of the band. Mila got a kick out of that, so she was playing, doing beats to the songs, and she actually started to kind of get a feel for it. So I think it'd be a great way to teach them how to play along and start learning how to keep a beat and stuff like that. So anyway, hopefully that works out for them. I know I got a kick out of it. This is our first time going through Tombstone there. I wish we could have gotten like right through downtown, but can't do that with the semi. Maybe, I don't know, on the way back, might be able to, if there's any parking for old Bessie here and the trailer. It's only a block over. Maybe I can walk in there and see. If you see it in the video, then I was able to make it happen. ADOT. It's kind of neat back here. I've never been in these neck of the woods. There's some pretty tall mountains. These are just hills over here, but to the right, 2 o'clock over there, there's some pretty tall mountains. They're just hidden behind that little hill there. Douglas, 44 miles. We're stuck behind a hay hauler. Don't really need to see that. I'll come back when we have a better view. See in a bit. There's those mountains I was talking about. Looks like we got a chance to pass here. Make sure it's clear. Oops, I kind of jumped the gun there. Wait for the line to appear. beautiful scenery. Must have been getting a lot of rain because everything's all green. We are headed there to load up. Surgical is the place, something surgical. So I didn't get a chance to do anything on the house this weekend, really. Working with my granddaughter, not working, having fun with my granddaughter, I should say. And then I took her to the water park. It was Friday afternoon, and Saturday we went to breakfast, kind of hung out, tried to solve the PA system problem, which we did, and then did some yard work around the house, but not much of anything else. You know, some people have the misconception that I live with my kids. I do, I guess, but I'm never there, really. I have spent a day or two. Probably spend about 4 days a month, four to maybe 8 days a month there. So I have a room, yeah, but I'm invested in the house because I bought it. I let them buy it with me, and then when we sell it, we'll both make a profit. If we sold it now, we'd make a profit, but no need to sell it. Something's beeping. I have to pull over and see what it is. It's like beep, beep. Oh, it just turned off. I don't know what the heck that was. Never heard that before. Anyway, so yeah, if I went home every night, like if I went home every night, got more and went to work, I would not do that. I would go buy my own house but it'd sit dormant, I guess. Well, I wouldn't, if I did that, I'd be home every night. But anyway, since I'm never around, really, I don't see nothing wrong with it. And usually it ends up being they're out going and doing stuff when I am in town, so it's kind of see them here and there in passing. And like usually if they're sitting there watching a movie on TV or something, I'm out working in the garage, so. Anyway. This is beautiful country right now. We're out this way. Like I said, I've never ever been here. I don't do too well in the heat. Otherwise it'd be kind of neat to live out this way. It's not that hot today. 82 balmy. A little humid from all the rain we got. I mean, coming in last night, we got a lot of rain. There's a few cars that spun out, almost just like on snow. Went off the highway going too fast, didn't have the right tires. So usually when you get rain, the highways can be really slippery because of the oils that are on the highway. Then you have some water, and now you have worse than ice, I think, or just like ice. It's usually the first few rains. If it rains a few times, like during the monsoon season, it kind of washes it off. But the very first rains are really treacherous on roads that have been dry for quite some time. A few houses scattered around here and there. Half an hour, half an hour, half an hour to Douglas. They had a sign posted in a weird direction. It's facing the highway instead of facing the driver. Like this yellow sign right here. If you turned it parallel with the highway, that's how the sign was. And the sign read, "Unlawful to litter highway." That shouldn't even have to be mentioned, but it shows you how jacked up people can be. You got trash, just hold on to it. You're already holding on to it because you got trash. Just hold on to it a little bit longer till you find a receptacle, a can, and put it in the right way. Don't throw it on the highway. You know, growing up in the 60s and 70s, they used to have this commercial on TV where there's an Indian standing on the side of the road, American Indian, not the red dot. And a car drives by and throws out a bag of trash and it lands at his feet. Teardrop comes coming down his eye. I know a lot of you remember that. There's water in that creek down there to the right of us. Anyway, it was an anti-littering ad, and once I started driving truck going OTR over the road, I got onto the reservation and was amazed at how much trash was along the highways. I don't remember. I just went through it, but I don't remember. I think they've been cleaning it up, but for a while there was a lot of trash. I mean, you couldn't help but notice it. So they must have been cleaning it up because I don't remember seeing it, even though it was just yesterday I went through there. But I wasn't thinking about it or looking at it. Now we're at 80 degrees. Must be going up in elevation. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. I don't know if California's been getting any rain. I haven't been there in a bit. Well, we're going there today, so we'll find out today and tomorrow. But hopefully so. I know Colorado's been getting quite a bit. You can tell they've gotten a bit here because everything's all green. It's like springtime in the Rockies. Actually, springtime in California is actually absolutely awesome. Try to clean as many bugs off as I can. Houses down there to the right of us. We're able to fly up this hill because we are empty. Nice, nice. So apparently I put my window in upside down. It, like I said, it used to open from the right to the left. Now it opens from the left to the right. And I told my daughter, I go, if you want me to turn that around, I can turn it around fairly easy because it slides up underneath the siding. And when I took the old one out, it just made it so that I was able to slide the other one right back in there. And I go, so I can just take the trim off the window again, and that window will slide back down, unscrew everything, and then I can flip the window around. And then the viewer Jack, he was like, he does home remodels and repairs, stuff like that, handyman stuff, and he was telling me that he's had issues before like that, and that if you want to know if it's right, look for weep holes. If they're at the top, then it's upside down. And I go, oh, thank you for the tip. Since I are a truck driver, I'm not a construction guy. And so when I got a chance, I went back and looked, and sure as heck, the weep holes are on top. So I gotta flip it around anyway. My daughter said, she goes, it doesn't matter. I go, she's already gotten used to opening it from the left. I go, well, now I gotta put it back. So anyway, we'll be doing that here pretty soon. Town of Bisbee, but I don't see a town unless it's down there in the valley to the left. Oh, I hate that stupid thing. It's the lane departure warning. How many times did I depart the lane? Already beeped at me 2 times. There's the town there to the left. It's actually a beautiful town in the hills there. It's like terraced. I don't know if you can see it. That's a neat old town. We're going to get to go through some of it, maybe? Wow, looks like a big town. Bisbee, Arizona. Beautiful town. I think so. What do they do out here? Old Bisbee Historic District. I mean, now being a historical area. I guess mining. They must be doing mining here. Looking at that hillside. Let's get us back on track. Back on the highway. Yeah, I would say mining. Like my granddaughter Indy says, mine. Like everything's yours. I play with her. My daughter Sarah gets mad at me sometimes, like, Dad, knock it off. Because she'll have something, I go, is that mine? She's mine. So I'll pick something like on a table or something, and I'm like, that's mine. And she'll grab it, mine. I'm like, everything's yours. What the heck? How can that be? That was a big pit. Big old pit. Queen of the copper camps. Okay. Mining copper. Oh, it's 30. I thought it was 45. Bring her down, clown. Mine. Looks like you can see some turquoise colors down there in that dirt. Take a drone and fly it down there. Douglas to the left. Sierra Vista. You make a left, hit the bridge. And we're making a right. Nice place to hide out. So I got a video I'm going to post. I'll just tell you now. Old MG car. It's a video that has a microphone problem, but it wasn't too bad. But I'll kind of give you an idea of how and why I had to scrap so many videos. So there's a little bit of crappy quality to it, but then there's some good quality to it. It's good enough, I think, to post. Well, I'll just post it to give you an idea. It's a Springfield Underground. So it's an underground video. First part of it anyway. Let's give you a heads up. I'll be posting that pretty soon. I'll post this one ahead of that, though. That's how you know that was coming. 20 miles. 21 miles. Got to be careful. I want to open her up and just let her rip. And Cochise County. Can't really do that, as you see. Cops come out of the sides of the road. That's what I did. I hit my cruise control to resume back up to 65, and I remember only seeing 55, so that's why I said that when it started to go back down. As soon as I did, we come around the corner, that cop pulls out. But we were already bringing her down. Oh, by the way, thanks, Jack, for the heads up on that window weep hole thingy. I haven't done that yet, but I'll be doing that soon. Flipping the window around. Be prepared. Shouldn't be too bad. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot of people on this highway. When I looked earlier, I saw some traffic issues. This must be what it is. Didn't really say anything about construction, but I assume that's what it was because the weather is perfect. Math, reading, and a little stampeding. Billboard. There's Mexico. There's Mexico. So my son Jacob, the guy who went to Fort Huachuca, is in the Army and is now doing satellite analyst work at Fort Bragg. No, is it Fort Bragg? No. The one in Aurora, Buckley Air Force Base. He's working over there. Anyway, I had some time last week. I went out, took him to dinner, to hang out with my grandson for a little bit, Ashton, and they were telling me, like, he's not very old. He's like a couple years old, I think, year and a half, 2 years old. Like we're teaching him sign language. I'm like, okay, that's cool. You know what else you should do? Like what? I go, when you let him watch TV, if you do, I don't know what you guys do really, but put it on Spanish speaking kids shows and just let them watch that. when he's 5, he'll probably be fluent in English and Spanish. And that's how you teach a kid to speak another language. You could do that, I assume, with any language. Kids don't know anything when they're born. They're just a baby. So wherever they're born, they learn the language of that area just by hearing it. And so, 'cause there's a lot of kids when I was working out at the flea market that were selling stuff, buying, selling stuff. The parent would come up with me, and then there's like 6-year-old kid or 7-year-old kid. The mom would tell the kid to ask me how much something was, but she said it in Spanish. The kid would ask me in English, but I would actually step in and answer her. Ay, bueno con español. Sí, mamacita. I told him, like, that'd be a good way for him to learn. And it's good to have a second language. And since there's a lot of Spanish-speaking people in the area, that'd be a good second. Welcome to Douglas. Oh, look at those dune buggies. Nice, nice. Let's go to Mexico. Great Lane. Okie dokie pokey. So the town over there on the other side of this border wall here is Agua Prieta. I assume it's tight water. It's kind of weird. Estado Sonora de Mexico. In the northern Mexican state of Sonora. $20 a dollar. We're going to get close to the border. It's not going to go in. I need to find some place to eat. There's some good Mexican food around here. Weapons and ammo illegal in Mexico. Unless you're from the Sonora cartel, then está bien, no hay pedo. If you're in the cartel, then it's good, no problem. Mexico, commercial vehicles. And there's the wall. This, it is where we're going. It's right here to the right. I don't know if I go on this side or maybe. We'll find out. Back up so I don't want to block anybody. And there's the border wall. Pretty hefty. We'll see. Okay, so we're loaded. We're gonna get something to eat because I'm starving. So this is just like if we were in Mexico. This is exactly what it would look like, pretty much. Oh, they're right next to each other. They're all part of the same city. They just got a border running through it. Anyway, I found a little place. It's over here to the right, 2 o'clock-ish, up here to 8th Street. Oh, and that was 8th Street right there. Yep, I'll flip a... I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking that it was up here. This is 9th, so we'll just make a loop-de-loop, loop-de-loop. The sheriff asked me what I'm doing. I was like, I'm a dumb. I don't know. What am I doing? Hopefully I don't have to go out there to the big street. I think I can go right here. I got a couple old pedal cars up there. That building to the left. So this little restaurant's called El Rinconcito del Sabor, or translated is the little corner of flavor. So we'll get a taste test and see. I know where I'm going correctly. I had it all planned out. I just, for some reason, I thought this was 7th. Just wasn't doing too good in my planning. You can't just be driving around like we're doing in a semi-truck. Got it figured out, I think, that I could park right over here by this cataract. Notice all the bars on the windows? So, right here, actually, there's more in these other places, but these would seem all right. Barless IE. So we'll run in here real quick. That little corner of flavor is right there. That white building right there. Right there. We'll back up and we will go get us some grub. Right there where that little girl came out of. See you in a bit. That was the kitchen. Stupid. Okay, so we'll head back the same way. That lady giving me a look like, what are you doing down here with that truck? I'm on the truck route, that's what I'm doing. Anyway, stoplight. So yeah, we'll head back the same way, I think. I'll let you know how the food was when I eat it. It said it was, what is it called? Corner of flavor. So find a place to, what is this? Find a place to stop and eat it, and we'll be on our way. I'll let you know in a bit. We are back here at Bisbee, AZ. Kind of neat little town. Big old mirrors in the way. I'm going to show you some more, but tried to film earlier, but we had AZDOT, actually this is ADOT, enforcement officer behind us. I was cruising over the speed limit, and like I always do, I'm hyper vigilant, and I noticed a white car coming up faster than I was going, and then I took a good glimpse at it. Here's what I mean by terraced houses. Anyway, I took a good hard look-see at it, and I'm like, that is a patrol car from way, I don't know, a couple miles away. Every bit of a mile, but I'd probably say close to 2 miles away. 'Cause I got Hawkeye vision. Hawkeye Pierce. Anyway, yeah, he came right up on us, but he did stay his distance, about another truck length distance away from us. He wasn't right up there, and he kept that distance at a correct pace. And of course, we just set the speed limit to each speed zone that I came in, because it was changing from 65 to 55, 45, down to 25, or 35, 25. Then it picked up to 30. And he followed us for probably about maybe 7, 8 miles. And then once we got into by that mine, he got in the left lane and took off. Which I'm glad. I mean, if he was giving me another inspection, I wasn't doing anything wrong. But if he was going to give me another inspection, or give me an inspection, I would have been okay with that. I don't know, probably a little over a month, maybe a month and a half ago, I was cruising I-80 through Kansas. Boom, out of nowhere. This cop going eastbound, we were westbound and down. And he was cruising by himself in the westbound lanes. He pulls into the median and sits there for a second, because I watched him, and then boom, I go right by, and he comes right behind me and boom, lit me up. Whoop. I'm like, what did I do? What the heck did I do? And he's like, well, I just pulled you over for an inspection. You haven't done anything wrong. I'll just give you a level, what do you say, level 2 inspection, I think? Yeah, I think it was level 2. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's fine. And we got a perfect score, no violations. Like I said, it was out of the blue. And prior to that, I had not been pulled over or been inspected in probably a year and a half. Doesn't matter how odd that sounds. And I've been on the road the whole time. I remember one time I got inspected, it was like boom, boom, boom. I'm like, they just inspected me yesterday. Now you guys are doing it. Well, we don't pick and choose. We just take them as we get them. I'm like, okay. The last few inspections I've had have all been 0 violations. So good for me, good for the company. I don't know what the speed limit is here, but right now I have my speed set at, it was set at 35. Because when I get followed by cops like that, I set my cruise control to the posted speed limit. And that way nothing really varies. Unless, of course, I was heavy and hilly, but I always set my speed control when I'm being followed. That way there is be a constant 35, constant 45, 55, whatever it may be. That's how we roll. All the other times I'm pedal to the metal. So I got just enough time to take this to, it's going to Placentia. And it'll be close to having the right amount of time to get there. However, I wouldn't have time to go back to the yard. This is, I mean, unless I bobtail, well, I mean, bobtail, unless I PC, I'll be bobtailing, won't have a load, so it's a possibility. I don't know where I'm going next, so I'm just going to the yard. I don't know if I can get away with PC on that or not. I'll have to look and think about that and see. Because then I could go drop it tonight, and then, well, it depends on when what their hours are, and so I'd probably say it's not going to happen tonight. I'll probably just wait till the morning. Figure out a place where to spend the night tonight at. I'll do that soon, that way I have it all figured out. I got a gravity feed going on here, I gotta be careful. Got the cruise set at 55, but gravity's kicking it up to 60. I do have a couple cars behind us, or a car and a bike, I should say. Oh. Keep your eyes peeled on the highway. We'll see you in a bit. That'd be Tombstone up ahead. You can see the rain Right there at what, 1 o'clock? Get a free windshield wash. I'm pretty sure we go northeast, and so that would be nice. Nice. Clean off all the suicidal insects. I'm pretty sure speed limit 65. We're doing 61. County Sheriff. Tombstone, founded 1879, elevation 4,539 feet, city limit. Are we supposed to turn in our guns? We come into town? Oh, that was Kansas City, wasn't it? Something like that, or somewhere back east when he worked out there. Birdcage Theater. Step back in time. Visit the world-famous Birdcage Theater, America's most haunted historic landmark. Tombstone. Mustang Coupe. So downtown is just to the left of us here. I assume like where those lights are ahead of us. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say that. It's nice to go to an antique shop. Don't have a lot of time. I'm gonna have to do a half an hour break, and I got 32 minutes, so can't stop. Well, here we are in Benson, Arizona, founded in 1880. Cool little town. I assume this highway is the way it was back in the day, from here to Tucson, or even all the way to Bisbee and I didn't see the bottom sign. I think it's this way to the east was to turn right there. West, I think it said this way, I'm not sure. We'll find out. Anyway, we'll end this video now. It's pretty long. So thanks again for riding shotgun with Mountain Man Mike. Until the next time, enjoy. Peace. It'd be cool to look at the old antique shops around these places. See ya!